welcome to the Vibe Union podcast, chatting with Melbourne musicians, creators, and keeping an eye on the scene. I'm your host, Rhath. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we're recording on today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded, and these are stolen lands that we're living on. We pay our respect to elders, past, present, and emerging. Normally, we are talking to Melbourne creatives, Melbourne musicians, but today we have a very special guest hailing from the States. We've got Avery Harden.
Yes.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I really like what you just said there. I mean, I think I've heard that on the airplane before,
Yeah.
where they like pay respects and you know all that stuff. That's really cool that you said that. But that's really dope, man. Because I feel like we should say that in America because you know they took the land from the Native Americans and then you know. African Americans built the land, but yeah, I think that's really sick. That's really dope. You just threw me a curveball right now. I'm like, oh shoot, like he's just showing them love. That's really cool. Yeah. So I think that's really good. But by the way, I'm good. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm enjoying this is my third time in LA in Australia. Yeah. So it's been a really fun it's been a really fun experience this time around.
Yeah.
I haven't done too much because I've been sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, dude. You know, you come here and you do all these COVID tests, and you know, you get here, you do COVID tests, and you know, I just got here and I just got a cold. You know, like I did a couple more COVID tests to make sure I didn't have COVID. Yeah, I didn't, but like it's just a common cold. But I just been out of it, man.
That's hard. You've been touring at the same time as all that.
Yeah, man. Doing shows, bro. It was the worst in probably in Sydney. Mm-hmm. And like there was a time where I couldn't breathe when I was coughing and like I don't even know how I got through the show, but you know we got through the show, man. It's crazy, bro. I did every show this time around sick. Yeah, it's crazy.
God
bro.
damn.
But yeah, if you've been to the shows, if anybody watching this, have been to the shows, I've been tested for COVID and I don't have COVID. It was for sure like a common cold, and you know I made sure I stayed distance away so you didn't get the cold. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I've recorded a couple of times with a cold, just at my home booth, and I kind of do fuck with the voice effects though.
Yeah, man. Like, that's dope. Because I remember going to like a pharmacy one time, and a girl here was like, "Oh, I love your voice. It's so deep. You sound like Pop Smoke." And I was like, "It's really not this deep, bro. I swear, it's not this deep, man. Honestly." But yeah, man, I've been chilling, man. I've been really like this time in Melbourne. I've been resting. Mm-hmm. I did an interview yesterday with some other guys called the Humble Kings or something like that. And that's all I've done. I've performed. Yeah. And I've ate a lot of food in my Airbnb. Yeah. And I did that interview and I do this interview and like I ship out tomorrow to Brisbane. Yeah.
So let's first of all get a rundown. Like, how's the tour been going? How's the shows been going?
Tour's great, man. Tour's great. The first two shows sold out, Adelaide and Perth, which is a beautiful thing. It was just such a blessing, man. Sydney was really cool. Mm-hmm. It didn't sell out, but it was cool. A little 30, 40 people. Yeah. Melbourne was cool too. It was probably like 35, something like that, and it was chill. Like I got some people, which was really cool in Melbourne. Like it was some people who weren't fans that caught on because it was, I guess the place we were at was like a club, so it was like people just walking in, which was really dope. And yeah, man, we got 2 more shows left, and Brisbane is one of the top cities for me in Australia. So I'm excited to see what that, and Launceston too, like. Launceston, shout out to Launceston, man. Launceston is one of the cities like the first time I went, I did a backyard show.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, and like they all did shoeys and it was crazy. That was my first time. Like they had Vegemite ready for me. I did like a scoop of Vegemite. It was so gross. But like they were just so lit. So like I'm excited for that too. So these last 2 shows I'm really, excited just because, they go crazy. Like I said, off air, like I was talking about Brisbane, the fight, you know what I mean? Like it's just what do they say? Is Briz Vegas? Is that how they say it? Briz Vegas. Is that her? Did I hear that right? I think I heard that right. But like it goes up. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
That's interesting. Our lights just went off. Did you partake in the Shoei?
Yeah, no. So I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. So I did not partake in the Shoei. But you know what, man? If if these last 2 shows sell out, I'll probably do a Shoei with Lift. You know what I mean? Lift or like Sprite or something. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't drink, but like I'll be that hype if these last 2 shows like go crazy. I'll probably just do a Shoei with like a soda or something.
I can get behind the Shoei a bit more on a rap stage. Seeing it after sporting events, man, like Daniel Ricciardo of like in Formula One does a Shoei pretty much after every race if he's on the podium. I can't imagine the foulness of that taste after hours in a hot suit like that in a hot car. Fuck that.
Nah, man. You know what's the crazy? Excuse me. You know what the crazy one I seen? There's a UFC guy who's Australian. Yeah. Big dude. I forget his name. But he just beat like one of the big names in UFC or whatever. He's really cool. He's really cool dude. I forget his name. Sorry, I'm sorry, but like he's an Australian guy.
I'm sure he's got enough fans. It'll be
right. I know he's way bigger than I am. But like,
comment below what name we're forgetting.
Oh, but he did his fight. Yeah. He won. Yeah. And after he did a shoey, but with someone else's shoe. Oh, God. At the UFC arena. So they've probably been walking all day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, that's in somebody else's shoe too. So it's like, ugh.
There might be some fucking blood in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's like, I see it and I'm like, yo, you guys are wild when you do it, man. And I see, like, I keep my shoes like clean. Like I'll be wearing Jordans, Yeezys, like, stuff like that. So like, if somebody did a shoey out of my shoe, it'd probably be gross because I walk in them every day, but it's not like bad. Like I take care of my shoes, but I see some people who don't take care of their shoes, and I'm like, oh, yeah, man, yeah. Some shoes are a little hard to watch.
Yeah, no, I'm not into it. I mean, hey, it's part of Australian culture. I don't partake. And I hate to do the classic Australian questions, but you did already bring up Vegemite. What was your take on it?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Vegemite was the most.
Did you say you got a scoop though?
Yeah. So and Lassa saying they played me. I didn't know anything about it.
I think that's what happens. Everyone says they fucking hate Vegemite. It's because Australians are fucking with people and they're giving you scoops. You don't want a scoop. You want like the tiniest little amount spread thin on your toast.
Yeah. Everybody says about the toast. So I think somebody in Brisbane said they were gonna make me like a toast and like put like butter and stuff on it. So I'm excited to try it. I have trauma from it, but like if it's done right, I feel like it'd probably be good.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
yeah. But I really I rock with some of you guys' snacks though. Like bro. Like I said, I don't know if anybody heard. You could go listen to it. My song called "Moving Australia." Man, the Tim Tams. Gotta have the Tim Tams in my trolley with the Milos. Warm it up. Get a Tim Tam slam. Yeah. That's the business for sure. That's the business for sure. But yeah,
that's good to know that our snacks are viewed well. I always felt jealous of seeing like the snack aisles in America on TV or what have you, and they're just boundless things, and ours is much more limited, but. What we do have is pretty good.
Yeah. No, you Tim Tams has made his way to America. I don't know if you know that.
No, no.
Yeah, so Tim Tams are in America. Yeah, I don't know if it might be the same company. I'm not sure, but yeah, I see them in America. But yeah, man, we got like super like our snacks are like I'm pretty sure every snacks is not good for you, but like our snacks is like yeah, bro. You don't like we know it's bad, and we still kind of like hot Cheetos. Yeah. Like, bro, that is a bad snack. Yeah. But it's good. It tastes good, but like it's not good for you. You know what I mean?
Leave it. I fuck with it. That's fine.
True. But yeah, I rock with you guys' snacks. I mean, I haven't tasted every single thing, but from what I have tasted, like I like the Tim Tams with the Milos, man. That's one of my joints, man. And then some of you guys' food, man. I rock with a lot of the food, man. Like Nando's is probably the best freaking chicken I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, Nando's is definitely the best chicken I've ever had. Your KFC is better than our KFC for sure, 100%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your McDonald's is better than our McDonald's for sure.
That's crazy.
And, yeah, man, I've been dibbling and dabbling in certain things because I know you guys are very multicultural here. Yeah. So like I had some Indian food. I think last night and it was pretty bomb. Like I had just some chicken curry. And I'm just trying to try anything that's like that I can't like get every day in America. You know what I mean?
Especially in Melbourne, yeah. Like it's pretty much everything is somewhere here, and really high quality. It's crazy. So I've been following you online a little bit and seeing how hard you're working, and clearly like, you're here to try and build something. You want to build a legacy. You want to build a full career. This want to be a job. Yeah. But I want to kind of go back to the start a little bit. Like, what's your first memory of creativity in your life?
Man, I was like 5 years old when I first started making music, and it's like I was just one of those guys. I was a kid like. My mom and like my family like were in like church choir. Oh, so like I'm sitting there just watching, and I saw my uncle play the drums, and I looked up to my uncle. I was like, man, I wanted to be like him. So like watching him play the drums is like, whoa, man, I was just super excited. Like, oh man, this guy is really killing it. Yeah, and that's when I first really like started like getting into music. You know what I mean? So I was like 5 years old when I first started creating music, and then I think. I was about 11 when I really started writing and like wanted to be like a rapper. You know what I mean? After listening to like, certain artists, I was like, man, I want to do this too. And I think I was like 15 when I did like I was at like a camp, and like, bro, this camp like had like 1,000 kids, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I performed one of my songs. And the kids went crazy, and I was like, "Yo, they're rapping. They're like, cause the hook was like, it was like very repetitive, and like they were rapping what I was saying, and I was like, "Yo, this is insane! Like, I love this. I love this." And that's when I was like, "Yeah, I want to do this for the rest of my life, man." So yeah, man, that's when the passion was just like, it was like it really hit, and I was like 15 when I really wanted to do it, but I think I was like 11 when I started like writing, and it started like flowing a little bit. But yeah, it dates all the way back to like 5 years old when I first started like music. Yeah, not just freaking, wanting to just be there. I wanted to actually play the drums. So like that was the passion first, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah. So we were getting up on the choir stage at an early age as well then?
Yes. Yeah. So I used to, man. I remember, it's crazy, man. I know everybody, cancel culture do not come from me, okay? All right. But I remember in church, I was on a solo for I Believe I Can Fly from R. Kelly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I don't even know why they let us sing that song at church, bro. That's so crazy. Because you think, R. Kelly is. I don't know how many people saw the actual, like escaping R. Kelly. I don't know what the take was. It was like an attack on R. Kelly or something, whatever. Netflix. It was like a series, and like now he's in jail, but like it's like when you think about it, like we really sang that song at church. It was a great song. Yeah. But like R. Kelly wasn't a good dude, man.
No. I assume they didn't know that at the time when doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess back in the day when we were younger, like he got confronted about like stuff like that, and
right.
I guess he said no, and I think people just was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And
I mean, I think we've all played covers. We've all listened to music from those artists. I don't know. Hey, but you find out later, you make that call. But yeah, looking back, I mean, even kids just listening to a lot of that kind of music and listening to the lyrics is like, they shouldn't be hearing this shit.
True. It's funny. It's so funny. Like, we're going off topic a little bit, but I'm just thinking about R. Kelly. Like, if you really think about it, man, that song, I Believe I Can Fly, it's a great song, man. It's a great song. But if you think about, like, if you're a kid, you know what I'm saying? You think about, like, just for example, because back then we didn't have, like, the amenities of, like, iPhone. Yeah. But, like, just imagine if a kid is like, oh, man, I like that R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly song. I'm going to go look at his other stuff. Yeah. And you got the Keys to Ignition, and you're talking about freaking humping girls. And it's like, bro, you just sang a song in church, and now you're going to listen to this, you know what I mean? So I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
So were your parents then, I guess, if they were playing in the choir, so they're always like building you up, like pushing you to pursue music?
No. They were very faith-based. So it was more like pushing like the faith on you. So it wasn't like, oh, you have to be in the choir, or you have to be playing the drums. It was more like, oh, you're gonna be in church. You know what I mean? And I was like, that was the thing. And it's like, if you're gonna be in church, we want to do something fun. You know what I mean? And for me, drumming was fun. I didn't like singing. I didn't like singing. You know, I thought that was whack. I wanted to be a rapper. Like, I was like, I'm not no freaking R&B, singer. But there was times where they wanted, they just wanted me to sing too. And I just did it. But like, if you're in church, I don't know how many people believe, but like, dude, church as a kid can be boring. You know what I mean? So what else is there to do? Like, you could be in church and you could jam on the drums. Like, that is freaking fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably gonna have to listen to the pastor, but like after that, like, like it's like, that's fun. You can do that for like what? I don't know. I used to do that for like 30 minutes into a service, right? So like, 30 minutes of an hour service, like it's like, oh man, this is fine. This is fine. I can enjoy this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So your uncle was on the drums, so was he pushing you? Was he?
Yeah. Man. Nobody. It's crazy. Nobody pushed me to be who I am today. Like it was just one of those things where everybody encouraged it, but like nobody was like trying to push me. Because even like let's just date back to like high school, man. High school, I was pretty good at baseball. I had a scholarship for baseball.
Oh shit!
And like, man, everybody wanted me to take the scholarship for baseball, but I was like, nah, man, I want to do music. So nobody ever pushed me to do music. They even wanted to push me. They pushed me to try to get a scholarship. Some people were mad that I didn't take the scholarship, but I was like, man, I want to do music. I want, that's where I see the end goal. The end goal is me, rocking an arena one day. You know what I mean? So yeah, nobody pushed me. That's crazy. I think about it, man. Nobody was like, all right, let's go, man. Like, you got this. I had to push myself, man. Yeah, to push myself.
I mean, there's kind of two sides to that. Like, on one hand, obviously, you want people to be pushing you. You want people in your I was gonna say court, whatever, on your side, on that journey. But especially when you start out, like finding that self drive is the only thing I think that's going to actually push you to that final goal.
Yeah, I think. For me, man, I think music, everybody doesn't see the vision. Everybody doesn't see the vision. Like, they see you and they see like how passionate you are, but like they can't. I don't think a lot of people can see what you see, right? Like, so me, like as a kid, I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to rock stages for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? But I feel like people would see me and be like, oh man, like that's cool. He can rap. Oh, that's cool. Like but like, deep down, they're looking like, oh man, I want him to go to school, or I hope he becomes something, you know what I mean? But not thinking like, oh, I could rock stages. I could, I could have millions of fans, support me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a lot of people thought like that. And I think when you have somebody who thinks that way, then they'll be able to push you to where you want to push. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have like friends and like, people in my corner that's like, all right, bro, like what did you do today? Like what music thing did you do today? Kill a show, you know what I mean? Because they see, like my talents or my drive has shown, like has opened their third eye to where it's like, oh dang, dude, I see Avery doing this, or I see Avery getting to this level. You know what I mean? But like as a kid, you know what I mean? Like that's something that you don't see as an adult. I'm just speaking to my parents right now, like. They probably believed in me, but they probably wasn't like, yeah, my son's gonna be this big. Yeah. I know in my heart of hearts that my dad heard my first song and he did not think that I was gonna come to Australia. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't good. I wasn't good. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, I can confidently say that it wasn't like that growing up. You know what I mean? Like maybe with drums. Because I was pretty good at drumming. So maybe with drums, they probably saw me doing something. But like as a rapper, I don't think anybody saw it. Because, you're a kid. Yeah. You're a kid. Oh, this too shall pass. Like, he's having fun. You know what I mean? And
drumming, I guess playing any instrument can look more like a job. Because that's what everyone's looking for. They're looking for like, what's their job going to be? And it takes a very different kind of person, I think, to see music in general, but especially rapping or what have you, singing, poetry, anything like that, that's a bit more just front and center performative as a job. I think that's really important, though, to find not only in yourself, but then find that in people, like start to realize that a lot of musicians, especially when we're hanging out at the start, right? When you're hanging out with your mates and everyone's kind of tinkering around, that's fun. There's that idea still in everyone's head that this is a hobby. And that's cool. That's cool. But I think, like you definitely seem to be someone who just loves the lifestyle of it as well. Like it's the work that you put into it every day. It's not just the end goal. It's not just being on stage. It's the actual day-to-day. It's the sitting and writing. It's going into the studio. It's putting in that time. I mean, the time you put in on your social media marketing, stuff like that. Like, do you enjoy that stuff? Do you enjoy that side of? Do you enjoy the work side of things?
I mean, yeah, to an extent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of hate the TikTok element of it. You know what I mean? Like, creating content, you know what I mean? Like that part of it is like, that's a drag, but like it's necessary in our field, just because, you know, if you have a following, like people want to be entertained outside of the music, you know, they not want to be, but they need to be, because you don't want them to forget. Yeah. Like, and that's a sucky part about being in 2022 as an artist. Yeah. You know what I mean? You need to give people, you know, reason to like why they're following you. Like, you know, they have your songs from old, but like, you know, our attention spans are so quick. You know what I mean? Like they need to see like, oh, what is Avery doing? Like, because if I fall off the earth, then they have that old music, but then when I want to post again or when I want to like turn up again, they're like, oh, where's this guy been? I thought he didn't make music anymore. And it's like, bro, I've only been gone for like 2 months. You know what I mean? And it's bad. That's bad, man. But that's just the era we living in. If you're not like J. Cole or, you know, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, like that stature, like it's hard to be just an artist these days. Like you have to put in that content work. You know what I mean? Like, and like, to answer your question, man, I really dislike that part. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of the parts where it's like, man, I just want to make music and want you guys to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, we don't live in that era. We live in the era of like your followers want to see, you know, TikTok has made it where it's like your followers need to see who you are, need to see your personality, need to see, you know.
You're selling your character first. You as a character, as a personality before the music.
Back in old, bro, we didn't know anything about like, I don't know, let me just say my favorite artist back in the day, Most Def and Common. Like, I love those guys, and like I did not care what they ate. I didn't care. You know what I mean? Like they told me their views through their music. Like Lupe Fiasco, all those guys, they told me their views through their music, but I didn't really care. Like if I saw a rare sighting of them on MTV or something, that was dope. But I wasn't like, okay, let me see what did Lupe Fiasco do today? You know what I mean? And that's what this industry has gotten to, and you know it is what it is. You have to adapt with the times, so you have to kind of like ride the wave, unfortunately. But yeah, to answer your question, I dislike the content creation part, man. That is, you know, just because like I feel like it takes a little bit more like effort than, because I just want to make music. I just want to like create music. You know what I mean? And I don't want to dilute the music. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I don't want to like, you know, overkill on the music. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to make a song every week. Like, bro, like, you know, that Russ movement or whatever he does. Like he says like make a song every week, or something like that. And I'm like, man, dude, like, cool, but like, bro, like, what's the substance? And are you making? If you do that, are you making as a song a week, like hitting the soul of people, or are you just making like, oh man, hey, I'll make a song about a cup, hey, because you can make a song about a cup like easily. I can make a song about a cup. Anybody can do that. But like, what are we doing? Like, are we feeding the soul? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that fast pace is like, it's not really helpful to like what Avery Harden is trying to do. You feel me? Like, so I don't know. I just went on a rant. Sorry, bro.
No, please. That's what it's a podcast. That's what it's all about. We're just ranting at each other for an hour. That's interesting though. As a flip side to that though, because I totally agree. I mean, I'm nowhere near. I struggle with doing the content creation as well, but I will say that I enjoy the flip of it where it does take the pressure off some of the music. So if you are putting out a song a week and you don't think it needs to be, because it's going to last a week as well, right? Because you put out another song, people have already forgotten that last one. And it doesn't work for everybody, which is clearly like you'd prefer to be like pouring your heart and soul into every single song and building albums and things like that. And we definitely don't live in an era of there's great albums dropping, but albums are getting longer for that same reason, right? Because people are just dropping, like people like Future, people like Drake drop 2-hour long things. It's just like song after song after song because they need content. But I do kind of like the flip of it that takes the pressure off, that if you do want to make some stuff about a cup, then that's kind of cool. You don't need, not everyone needs to be going super hard into it. But I also, I'm with you on that as well.
Yeah, no, and that's true. Like I shouldn't. I mean, I said what I said, but like it was more for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to make a song about a cup, but like there is multiple people on TikTok who like, I don't know if you remember that guy who did the Board in the House song. Like it was like a big thing. He did it with Tyga. It was like, he literally did like, he really was like, he made a beat and he was just at his house. He's like, bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. And it was like it was just like a song that he was bored in the house because it was during quarantine. And like he made the song and it was a song that was a hit. But like that's something I don't want to make. Like I'm like, I don't want to make something like that. That's like that's not Avery Harden. Like that's not my image or my the way I do things, you know what I mean? Like it's cool. That was cool for him, but like I don't want to do that. And I feel like I only say that because I feel like now that guy's doing it and people are doing that, now everybody wants you to make and now you got to make a song about like that. It's like, bro, like, no, that's his way. Like, let me do my way. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, thank God we've got people like Kendrick just dropped his album, and that dude goes silent for like 6 years and then drops a project. And it's like, okay, cool. That can still happen.
But I was also saying, like, I feel like when you're that big, like, that's something that you can do. But like, when it comes to us, man, it's like, man, you can't take that long off, man. Like, and even like I work with a guy named Hobson. Okay, So I work for his label.
Huge.
And and
I knew you supported him. I knew you played with him.
Yeah. So I work at his label. But like even him, like because I see the back end of everything. Like I see all those fans and whatever, and like he takes a lot of time off because he just enjoys life, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he could, Hop is really crazy with the music, so he could just drop anything at any time. But like he takes breaks and like his fans are like hungry. You know what I mean? And like he's not J. Cole, Kendrick level. Like he's way higher. He's higher level than I am. But like he takes breaks and people are like, dude, we want music. Where's the music? Where's the music? And it's like, dude, like we live in a really like we live in a really like slow. I mean not slow, like a fast paced era where it's like, we just gave you, I just gave you music, like, now you don't want to, literally, he dropped his last joint, probably last year, and it was called Bella Ciao, and bro, this song came out, and it came out like after a week or two, like the fans were like, oh, we want an album. It's like, bro, he just gave you like something, you know what I mean? And it's the same with me, man. Like I'm not as big as he is, but like I drop a song, and it's like, oh, when's the next song dropping? It's like, live with this, man. Like, and it sucks because I don't do that, man. As a fan, I don't do that. Like I have Kendrick's album, and I'm content. You know what I mean? I have J. Cole's album. Like these guys are like my guys that I look up to, and I'm content. Like I have the off season. Like J. Cole doesn't have to drop something again for like 3 years. Like I'm good. Like I'm living with this. Like, and I don't understand why we don't consume music like that. Like why are we so fast paced with it? And I think it's TikTok's fault, bro. It's TikTok's fault because people just I mean, it's cool. Like you have like that gift of just putting stuff out, but like it's like, man, like people eat it up and they're just like, I want more. It's like, bro, slow down. Like just live with this song for at least a few weeks. Somebody listens to it one day and be like, all right, I want the next song.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, man.
Yeah. So you spoke on the Avery Harden vision, and clearly you've got a bigger goal, a bigger vision. So where do you think, like, what's your 5-year? I hate to sound like this sounds like a job interview now, but what's your 5-year plan, man? Like, where are you headed?
Honestly, man, it's just building the fan base, because I mean, this independent life is like, it's very possible. And man, like I said, I work for Hobson, so like that. I mean, working right under him has shown me, like, bro, you could be independent and you can like live super comfortably. Like talking like you fly out to Bali and just ball out for a month or 2 or 3 or a year and be very, very comfortably. You know what I mean? So like, it's just building a fan base and just continue at it, music and putting music out, man. Because that's what it is, man. We do live in a age where I make fun of it, like TikTok or whatever, but like we live in an era of like one of these songs could just go crazy. You know what I mean? And it's easier to go crazier than back in the day. Like, you know, one of your songs could just go through the roof and now you're on. You know what I mean? So like, for me, it's just building up the fan base and just, you know, building up the catalog. I have a giant catalog right now, but like, you know, I just want to, you know, just keep going, keep building the fan base to a point where I'm like financially free. You know what I mean? Through music, through merch, through shows, music merch shows. That's the money right there. Once you have a big enough fan base, and they're feeding those 3 things, music, merch, shows, then you're getting to, you know,
you can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my 5-year plan. I guess you would say like that's where I see myself in 5 years. Hopefully, you know, I have a Australian wife.
We'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I don't know. I always felt like my future wife isn't in the States, so she could be in Australia. She could be in Amsterdam. She could be, I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully by then, man, like once financial freedom hits, then, you know, you start talking like, yo, man, I'm trying to settle down. You know what I mean? And then kids. Yeah. So man, I'll be 30 this year. So 5-year plan, I definitely want to be at that level where it's like, all right, I'm ready to, you know, I'm probably ready to propose to a girl now. And, you know what I mean? I'll still be like touring and, you know, making the music, but like at that point I feel like I want to be like super financially free, where it's like, all right, I want to take a J. Cole, a Kendrick level hiatus, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And you know, when I get to that point too, like 5-year plan, like I want to like, I want the music I still want to do music, but I also want to jump into like acting.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be dope. Like, cause you know, you can rap forever. You can, you know what I mean? You know, Jay-Z, Nelly, like all these old guys, Lil Wayne, like these guys are, you know, the old heads, you know what I mean? But like, I kind of don't want to be that old head that's rapping. Like maybe I'll come out for like a reunion tour, like every 5 years or something like that. But like, I don't want to be like trying to like make a record every day when I'm like that old, you know what I mean? So like, I'm like, man, I still want to be in entertainment, and acting seems really, I like movies, I like shows. So like, you know, if I could jump into acting, that'd be dope. But I want to be known for my music first, and then maybe pop into acting. So I haven't really started my acting career. I think I do a little bit, I dabble a little bit in my music videos. But no, I did an acting gig. It's at a movie called it's a short film called The Officers or something like that. The Officers, something like that. It was in LA. It was with my theater coach in high school. Yeah. So he moved to LA, and he was like, "Man, you want to do this movie I'm working on?" I was like, "Of course, man." I played this guy named Langston. I was like a police informant. Yeah. And it was just like a little. I didn't have that many lines, but I haven't even seen it yet. don't know if it's good or not, but that was my acting debut.
Yeah. You enjoy that. You enjoy the space, like being on set versus like it's a totally obviously you're still performing, but it's a very different landscape.
Yeah, because you're not being yourself. You're being someone else. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed it, man. I was Langston, and I was just like. I was like running from the cops. It was funny, man. I actually enjoyed it, man. And I mean, I definitely have to get better. Like, I remember seeing like myself, and I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't mess it up for you. And he was like, nah, man, you did good, but I want to, you know, when you do things, you want to be the best at it. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, I want to be better, but yeah, damn, that's crazy. I forgot about that, man. Oh, it's called Peace Officer.
Peace Officer.
Peace Officer. Yes. And it was about two officers, a lady cop and a guy cop, undercover officers, and I was in the era of like all these police shootings. You know what I mean? And like, you know, it was like a white cop, you know, mistaken like them because they were two black officers, mistaking them for like hoodlums or something like that. It was pretty good like script, but yeah, that was my first one. But I used to do acting in high school. Yeah, like I did theater every year in high school. I was the main character in every big play in our school. At our school, man, we did like 3 or 4 plays, I think. Yeah. And man, that's crazy. Yeah. So 5-year plan, man. Hopefully be big enough to get like acting classes and start like acting, man. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Well, anyone listening or watching this shit, if you want Avery Harden on your film, fucking hit him up, man.
Yeah, man, I'll be down, man. I'll be down. I want to get my acting resume up, but I want to be a rapper first. I want to be known as Avery Harden, the artist, because guys who act and then try to rap aren't respected at that much. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder. I'm confused by that. I totally agree. I'm not sure what it is though. But like, it seems that actors who go the other way go back to music or go to music. Always a weird vibe. Have you ever heard?
Yeah. Nah, man. I think it's you know what it is, bro. It's just you're really good at something and then you try to jump into something else. You know what I mean? Like,
everyone's like, have your lane. You got your lane. Stick to it.
It's a hit or miss, bro. Because like, there's some rappers who are great at acting. Like
Common's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Common's really good. 50 Cent's really good.
Really? What was 50 acted in?
50 has his own shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're really big in America. Yeah, like he has a thing called Power. It's a Power universe. Yeah, and it's so big that he's made like 3 or 4 of them.
Man, yeah, I don't know how I don't know that.
Because you guys actually don't have like I was trying to watch a series he has. Yeah, and you guys don't have stars. Right, and that's our American thing. So I think you probably have to do like the VPN thing to do that.
The media game in Australia is poor at best. It's a nightmare.
So 50 Cent's a really good one. Eminem's pretty good. Yeah. I think who takes the cake for me is like Ludacris. Ludacris is very good. I don't know if you see him. I mean, I won't say the Fast and the Furious are the greatest movies, but he turned it around to where it's like he's actually a really good actor. Yeah. Tyrese, he's more R&B, but Tyrese is a great actor. That's a great artist who turned actor. But like when you think about actor turning rapper, it's like, man, no, because you don't have the passion. Yeah. You don't have the passion for it. So like, I think music's different. Like you can create, like being an actor, and forgive me, y'all, I don't want to come, if anybody's an actor and like they're true to acting, don't take this like I'm coming after you. But I feel like acting, you can learn how to be a great actor. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take some time, but you can learn. Like you can't learn how to be a great artist. That comes from deep within. Like you have to be passionate about music. You know what I'm saying? Like you can learn to be a good artist, but like the passion, bro, like it's different. I don't know if if I'm making any sense, but
I mean, I think like because one of the first actors turned musicians that came to mind is I checked out Robert Downey Jr.'s music.
Robert Downey Jr. makes music.
He's got some music,
see what I'm saying?
And it is.
I haven't heard it, but I'm saying like when you say that, it's like.
You think it's gonna be trash?
I feel like it.
It's trash.
Yes, I feel like
it's really, it's really soppy. It's just really cheesy, kind of singer songwriter. His voice is also bizarre to listen to when he's singing. But I think maybe this won't apply to all actors, of course, but. Robert Downey Jr. is like the highest paid actor of all time. Yeah. And so knowing that he then goes into the studio to make some music, it's like, Man, I'm not saying you had to struggle like the rest of us, but you skipped a step. You skipped a couple of steps.
You know who just recently started rapping? Not rapping, but like he did a verse. The Rock.
I saw that.
The Rock. It's about pride. It's about drive. That's so funny to me, man. I love The Rock.
That was crazy.
But like I heard that and I was like,
Yeah.
But it's The Rock, so it's like it's okay. Like for me, because The Rock is one of my heroes. You know what I mean? So
I think he's probably down to earth enough to pull it off.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. He did Moana. Which is really good.
Yeah.
Moana was really, really good. I just want to say you're welcome. Like that was pretty good. You know what I mean? But the song with Tech Nine, I was like,
that wasn't it.
Yeah,
that wasn't it.
It's about drive. It's about we devour. Like it's like, you know what I mean? That's one of those things where it's like you can rap, you can try to rap, and you can be there, but like it's different. You know what I mean? Like the way he's rapping is very technical. Like it sounds good, right? But it's not like it doesn't flow very well. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like
to go on a Tech Nine track as well. Like that's a high
that's
bar.
tough.
Compare it to you got to start with someone worse, I think, so you sound better. Because Tech Nine is one of the most like technically proficient rappers out there. Another guy who just does it independent, which is fucking sick. But
his independent grind is crazy.
Yeah. It was a short verse as well.
It's like 8 bars.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, Tech Nine is a genius for that because, bro, you got one of the biggest, like he's probably bigger than Ronnie Badowny right now. Like The Rock is the biggest celebrity in the world right now. Yeah. So to get him on the track is like, come on, man, that's golden.
Huge.
Yeah, it's good. And he promoted the track. So it wasn't just like Tech Nine. It was like The Rock went all out with promotion. So it was a good call on Tech Nine's part. You know,
I admire that guy for keeping it independent for that long.
Yeah, no,
it's
for
amazing.
Sure. Yeah, he's an independent genius, man. That guy's on another level. Shout out to Tech Nine, man. If you know somebody else in strange music, man. Me up, bro. You know, I don't rap as fast as you guys, but you know, I got the passion, bro.
Yeah. Do you fuck with that speed though? Do you like really fast rappers?
I mean, sometimes. Like I feel like chopping is very like it's cool, but it's too much sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's good. Like I really like Worldwide Choppers, that song that they did. But it's like, it's okay sometimes. Like, it's like, oh man, like not every song should be chopped. But the way Tech Nine does it though, is different. Like the way he does it, like I think I heard, it was a song called Outdone. And the way he said he wasn't a fan of us, coming at me with a kid. Like he's just, the flow is just wild. But I feel like that's different chopping. Like his flow is just so like, it's just different. But like, excuse me, I see like a lot of rappers that chop, and I'm like, man, sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's not necessary, and it
feels like just showing off for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like you know what it is, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you because I chop a little bit sometimes, and when I do chop, I perform it live. When people hear it live. And they see you rapping fast, they're like, you know what I mean? It's like a thing where you kind of it's like a party trick.
I think that's
it's like a party trick.
Yeah, but you are I like and this took me way too long to figure out kind of with my own music and stuff like that. You need to think about the audience. You need to think about how they're going to fuck with your song, and to stick a really fast flow in one part. And knowing everyone's going to lose their fucking minds, like that's sick. And so that's when I really like it. I like it when you got a nice smooth slow flow and then jump into fast. And like Kendrick's a fucking master of that kind of shit, right? Like he's just buttery smooth on the hooks, and then we'll do these little quick flows, and people just geeking on him.
No, for sure. Yeah, I realized that, man, and you know when I talk to Hobson a lot, and he always has this term. It's called nigga bounce, and it's the thing where like if you have like hip hop is it's very diverse and multicultural, but like it's more based, like it's more heavily influenced by Black culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I think of like when we talk a lot, and I think about like where, you know, this, I think this goes back to that conversation we had about the venue we were talking about. I won't say it because you know what I mean, but the venue we were talking about, like, that has a lot of the nigga bounce, which is like Future with the, which is like you know, that like Migos, City Girls, you know what I mean, and like that is more of like the culture that just wants to feel good. So they won't listen to Eminem because you know, it's like my brother, my little brother. He loves like trap, and he loves like music that's ignorant. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have to think, you know what I mean? Like with Kendrick, with Eminem, with Tech, you know what I mean? Sometimes with Hop, like, you know what I mean? Like, I even say me, like, you gotta think, because we're being passionate, we're telling the story, you know what I mean? With those guys, like, they're not, like, you know, they're like, big booty hoes, pump with that. Like, you don't care, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I got a lid in my cup, I don't need nobody else. Like, no, you don't care. Like, you know, it's the bounce of the beat is making it. Like, whatever they're saying, nobody cares. Like, you go, you know, people probably repeat it, but like, for the most part, when you go to places like that, they're mostly like, they're feeling the beat, you know? And when you think about, you know, Eminem, or when you think about Tech Nine, like, you could play them in the club, but like, you're gonna be like, wait, what? You know what I mean? So like, it's a different spectrum when it comes to fan bases, you know. And I think that's a crazy dynamic to think about when you make music. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely not a club guy. Like, I don't care for my stuff to be in the club. I want people to be like, dang, that's hard, bro. And then they come to the shows and they want to hear, that's my like, that's what I want. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about, when I make music, I'm not thinking about the club. Like, I think I made a couple of songs. I think a song called Pop Out that's like club friendly. But even then I was rapping. I was spitting bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but the hook was very, very cliche, and you know, Pop Out, I'll be with the gang when I hop out. Like, that's very cliche, and like, you don't think about it when you're like, if you're listening to it, you're like, I'm just boogieing, that nigga bounce. It's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think that's pretty funny, man. Like, how we consume music, the different aspects of like the brain. You know what I mean? Because people who like rap, Tech Nine, Eminem, they hate the club music. Migos sucks. Future sucks. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not a fan of those guys, but I think Migos can rap. I think Migos is really like dope lyricist. But like, those people who are very technical when it comes to like what they're listening to, like, you know, they want to hear lyrics and want to hear a story and want to hear somebody talk. They think everybody sucks that's not talking about something. You know what I mean? And I think it's pretty funny, man. I think it's crazy. It's
like the same as the TikTok thing we were talking about earlier. Just if you're, I guess, like, I don't mind when people do that. I like when they own it, though. I like it if you're gonna actual high and mighty about an art form like hip hop, but then also make that music. Which I'm not saying any of these artists that we're talking about doing either, but I like artists that, like Migos, who are just like, we're writing music for the club. That's what we do. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah. The people that own it up. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I always thought though, like, trying to picture where do you listen to music? Because like, so, where do you want your music heard? Because like, when I think about, okay, where do I want to listen to my music? Where do I want people to listen to my music? And I always think about on a train. I want people with their headphones in, looking out the window of a train. That was always my vibe. And that totally changes how I think or actually another go-to is sitting in my dad's kitchen while he's making dinner and he's just drinking red wine. We're just hanging out, we're just chatting, and there's like jazz on in the background. I always thought, I want to recreate that particular vibe.
That's dope. That's a dope way to think about it, man. I haven't thought about it like that. Like, you know what I mean? I think about my fans when I you know, make music, but I don't think like, oh, where are they gonna be at? Like, that's actually a really dope thing to think about, man. Now that I think about it, like, where are my fans at when they listen to Move in Australia?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, I got another song. I got a song that I'm working on called Not Real. And it's just about like, you know, people faking it in the game and all that. And I'm like, now I'm thinking like in my head, like, where is the fan at listening to this song?
In the car, in the shower.
Like, wow, man, dang. It's like the song's not real. So like, yeah, I feel like I'm probably like the kid's probably on the bus headed to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's probably, you know, on the bus headed to school, and he probably my fan probably hates the club scene movie. You know what I mean? So he's probably got this, you know, he's listening to this new Avery Harden, and he's like probably telling his homies like, "Yo, this is crazy! Like, look at the bars! Like he got, you know." That's what I think in my head now. Now you got me thinking, man. Every time I write music, I'm probably gonna do that. That's a good practice to have, man. That's good. Yeah.
I like that the kid on the bus as well. Like, how are you? Because I think a lot of at least how I write, I often do think about like what do I want? What did I need to hear like 10 years ago? Take those lessons, condense them down, put them in your songs. I like that shit.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. Now that I think about that, like I remember a time. I think it was like 2014. 2014. This is before I worked with Hop, whatever.
Yeah.
I used to listen to his album Knock Madness, and at the time I was like riding a bus to work at 24 Hour Fitness, and like I used to listen to that album and just go to, you know, ride the bus because he was just dope to me. Like he was like very raw. You know what I mean? So like that was one of those things where like I rode the bus. So even Kendrick when Good Kid, Mad City came out, I was riding a bus.
Yeah.
And I was like going to work. So like that was one of them. I was so same thing with J. Cole. Man, you got me thinking, bro. Because J. Cole I was in college.
Yeah.
It's my first year in college, and what's the album called? Sideline Stories came out. It's like right on time, and I was listening to that all through my freshman year of college, and it was at the perfect time because he used to talk about being in college and doing music. So man, that's crazy to think, man. Now I'm about to really just go, like when I sit down with the pen, I'm like, okay, who am I talking to right now? That's crazy. That's really dope. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Migos and them do.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we in the club.
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
Girl want to shake her booty. You know what I mean? Dude want to flex with the Patron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're probably like, hey, hit that to the face. I don't know what I'm saying.
I wonder if they're vibing out when they're doing it, like putting themselves in that mindset. They're not in the club, but like if they're in the studio, maybe they're not writing anything down. Maybe they're just going straight into the booth. Maybe they got something in their cup. Maybe they're hanging out. Maybe they're partying while they're writing to get themselves in that mood. I think like setting that intention. Yeah. Who's listening to this? Why are they listening to this? And how can I just? It's partly doing it almost as a service as well in that sense. You know, like.
Yeah, man, that's actually a great practice, bro. That's insane. That's amazing, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that. Thanks, man.
Dude, you're more than welcome. I think that is a beautiful place to wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
This has been great getting to chat with you, man. Really appreciate it. It's good having you in Melbourne. We hope to have you back.
Blessing, bro. It's a blessing to be here, dude.
Links in the description for all of Avery's music. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you check out Avery's Instagram, his Facebook. I know you don't like it, but your media game, your social media game is crazy.
My TikTok, you see some funny stuff on TikTok. Yeah. Man. When I get on TikTok and I do the content creation, it's pretty funny, but I don't like doing it. So when you see it, just know it's very rare. Very rare.
Before we go, is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to give a shout out to, or?
Man. Right now, I'm just, I'm in Australia, and I have 2 more shows here, and I just really appreciate Australia for having me. There's really nothing I'm working on right now, because I'm here in Australia and I'm just performing. So yeah, man.
Great back catalog to check out though for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I got a lot of music, dude. So once you hit Spotify or Apple Music or SoundCloud, you just go down a rabbit hole. Yeah, and you'll see. I swear, I have probably like 10 hours of music. I don't know, something like that, dude. It's a lot of music, bro.
Make sure you comment down below where you're listening to Avery's music and where's been the most formative music that you've listened to, and where were you listening to? You're on the bus, you're in the shower. Yeah. What's changed your life, and where were you when it changed your life?
That's dope.
Thanks so much, Avery.
No problem, brother.
Peace out.